Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're asking the question, will people, how many people people have been asking me this because, we've discussed the LTR, the so-called long-term residence visa, which isn't really residence, as we've discussed. It's really just a long-stay visa, but it's sort of colloquially now called that. It's sort of like K3 visas in the, are often called, a U.S. marriage visa, and it is a U.S. marriage visa, but really the traditional U.S. marriage visa is the CR1 or the IR1 immigrant spouse visa, and oftentimes you'll see people refer to the K3, the CR1, and the IR1. They'll essentially they'll conflate them. They'll put them all into the same category, and they're not, because the K3 is a non-immigrant visa, and the other ones are immigrant visas. Similar in the sense that they call LTR visas residence. No, they're just like a really long visa. It would be like calling Thailand elite residence. It's not. It's just a really long visa. So the thing, again, getting back to kind of more the thrust of this video is how many people, a lot of people have asked me this in the past few weeks, how many people do I think will actually end up using the LTR? Because a lot of the requirements associated with this are far more substantial than the requirements associated with visas we've seen up to this point, even the SMART visa, the requirements associated with some of the professional subcategories of this proposed visa, which, by the way, has not come online yet. It's not supposed to come online till, it's my understanding, September of 2022. So, and we'll keep you updated as to that. But long story short, I said this before and I'll say it again, I suspect this will only be utilized by a relatively narrow subset of folks here in Thailand. I think it'll be somewhere between the SMART visa and the elite visa in terms of numbers. I think it'll probably be less than the people that use elite and probably more than the people that have used the SMART visa. If I was speculating, at the end of the day, I don't know. We could have a mass influx of people and they all want to get on the LTR. Kind of doubt that, but it could be. Now, people have asked me, why do I think that? Well, there are just other options, for example, for people who want to do business here in Thailand. There are other, in my opinion, less difficult to overcome the thresholds for hitting certain types of business visa and work authorization in other contexts, most notably like the SMART visa, depending on circumstances. Again, this is all circumstantially dependent. But I don't see a ton of people using it. I do think it's a good idea. I think when it was formulated, the policy thinking behind it is a good idea. I think it will attract a certain number of folks who want to live here in Thailand long term. But that being said, right now it's kind of being touted as the end-all be-all, and it's my opinion that, look, it will attract a certain subset of foreigners that want to come here and be here long term, but I don't think it is going to be a visa category that we're going to see tens, if not thousands of, tens of thousands of foreigners jumping into. For example, probably right now the most popular visa option in Thailand is probably retirement. I've seen numbers on that in the past, which it's hard to calculate right now what exactly the numbers are on retirement visas. But I would say it's going to be higher there than, for example, the marriage visa or the business visa, just because there haven't been a lot of folks coming into Thailand to work here recently, and retirees they tend to be kind of sedentary insofar as they're in one place and they don't really move, so they just kind of keep renewing their visas. So it remains to be seen. I hope it adds to the economy of Thailand. I hope it brings in so-called high net worth individuals to Thailand. It would be great. It remains to be seen. We'll certainly keep you updated on this channel as the situation progresses.